Okay, so I have a little bit of a plan here. There's like slits in the Chimera, right?
Oh yeah, so
All
many
right.
slits. Six
I'm
specifically.
I'm just gonna drop a fucking flashbang out the window here.
Ooh, good call. Yeah, you drop the flashbang out the window. Thunk
Yeah.
thunk. Oh,
Falls inside, blinds us all.
Wow.
It doesn't fit through the thing, and I'm like, all right, throw it out.
Pulled the
The
pin
window is
before you
still rolled up.
realized.
Rather than stick it out and drop it, you try to throw it through and you bang it off the side and it bounces back into the middle of the cab with everyone. The flash grenade goes off. You're all blinded.
It's gonna be great when Raygun's the only survivor. We all killed
it's
ourselves inside
it's
the
a
tank.
blast of 10, if that matters.
Everyone inside. This is definitely smaller than 10 meters. All right, Raygun, you are stunned.
Yep. Just skip
Noted.
right over.
And at that point, we can actually just get to narrative time.
Oh, because
But
I
effectively-
also had a plan, but
Okay, what is your plan? Go for it.
well, it requires that the Raygun's comrade accepts an order from me, which probably seems not to happen. But
You can always roll command.
I'm just on the flamer.
you know, that was my
What's the
idea.
flame things?
I'm just gonna throw out the idea here. My idea was I was just
Spin
gonna
and
shift
fire.
to a 180 or a 360 spin, and guy on flamer controls hold down the flamer. 360 flamer spin.
You got it.
Okay, is this what you want to do?
That's what I want to do, yeah. If this thing is anywhere around
Alright.
us,
Would you like to give me an ammo expenditure number on that?
All of it?
Okay. Boop. It's at 0.
Ra-
It needs to
rather-
be reloaded.
It's like 1, 2, 3. Yeah. All right, Tech Priest. You rotate it. You spin like a top, and we're just gonna go from here. See everything that catches fire. So you set fire. You see these this like lush sort of like vineyard almost. It's just rows upon rows of plants. Something that could like literally feed your platoon for like a day at least.
yeah, they're all tainted by the gas.
So you
and
set
whatever.
that on fire. And let's just get all of the long distances taken care of. And 30 meters there. Yeah, you set all that on fire. You see where this is going, yeah?
Yeah, everything's on fire.
Yeah, everything on fire.
I'm blind,
Oh, yeah.
remember? I'm fucking blind. I don't see any of this happening.
This tree's on fire.
Thankfully, Jort had the presence of mind to blind us. I don't see what else I've caught on fire.
Oh, actually, that's a good point. Roll me a operate surface, or you can wait till you can see.
Well, I mean, literally, I'm handling controls.
Actually,
I'm assuming this is.
technically, you're.
Well, I'm assuming that this is gear operator, right? One gear for the because it's if you remember like World War II tanks where you would have somebody operating vision and they would tap like the guy's back to control which direction they want them to go.
So, blind whirl tank of fire. Got it.
Yeah.
Set that on fire.
Look, I'm gonna admit desperation move, but at the same time, for a dude that's blinking in and out of reality, best move I could think of.
You also incinerate the communication tower.
Yet don't see it happen.
It is made out of metal.
Yes.
It is made out of metal and wiring.
What is this? Jet fuel?
Yeah, it's
actually, yeah, it's Promethium.
It is the heavy flamer.
That was a joke.
But you do not set fire to the house. Just barely.
No, I thought the whole map would be in range.
Oh, sadly,
wow. Did not.
no. So yeah, you've managed to incinerate everything around. The whole area is on fire now. Around you.
Well, you know what they say about
You've even
napalm in
managed
the
to
morning.
clear out a section of the chemical munition as you incinerate it into non-existence. I don't
Look, I
think...
pulled the Death Blossom, right? Last Starfighter, my hero.
Oh, as a matter of fact, let's see how many. Because you only fired this once previously, so sure that is
19.
the entirety. That is in the entirety of your flamer fuel.
I mean, if
Yep.
Jordan
I assume there are
hadn't,
no reloads, right?
No.
if Jordan had also blinded himself, he would have had a hell of a view.
Yeah, that would have been nice. This is a different type of cooking. Tell you what. All right, you're all stunned, so we're back in the narrative time. Roll damage real quick.
So he's making some sloppy G.I. Joes.
Alright, the heavy flamer is 1d10 plus 5, penetrating 4.
I mean, you gotta roll it,
Yeah,
Sergeant
I know,
Reagan.
I'm just stating it out loud as I
Okay.
do it.
I
That
also
is
thought it would be a
7
lot
energy
more.
damage, penetrating 4.
So 7 damage.
And of course, whatever being on fire does,
Hurts a lot, I hope.
which is page 266.
Should be enough to kill him. Wow, that is really low damage. Oh, you rolled a 2.
Yeah.
But the
Each
penetration,
round
though.
suffer from being exposed. Once a character is on fire, they suffer 1d10 damage ignoring armor and take a level of fatigue each round until the fire is extinguished.
Alright, so he has to roll agility to be set on fire. Is that how that works?
Yes. It's agility to dodge damage, agility to dodge the fire.
I don't think he'd be able to dodge that.
That's funny.
I'm gonna say that he does not get the opportunity to dodge, or it.
hmm
Total toughness bonus. Alright, noted. Let's see if he can avoid being on fire. Demon. I'm not even sure if this really matters considering the damage, but whatever.
It's a distinct possibility.
Not on fire.
If he was on fire, it gets a lot worse for him.
Yeah, it's substantially worse. Alright, so there is that. Alrighty then, so narrative time. I'm gonna need ray gun as you finally start to come to. You still can't see anything. You blink, you know that your eyes are open, but it is particularly dark. Roll
Mhm.
me an awareness test and a toughness test.
Alright, awareness, straight up, 1.1, toughness test, 1.2.
Nice. And roll me a strength test.
Strength test. This is the one I'm gonna fail.
Push the tank off of you.
You can do it. Oh, it was so
0.7.
close. Alright. I'm going to text you what is going on. What is everybody else trying to do?
Okay.
I'm just rubbing my eyes, I guess.
Yeah, that is definitely something that makes that's definitely something that would make sense.
Bigby, get on the Auspex. Make sure, I guess, check for heat signatures. Anything that's not hotter than fire.
Yes, right away. Here we go.
Sure, do a 360 spin. See if you see anything.
Throw another flash grenade, alright!
Sure, it worked last time.
If I didn't roll a 1, it would have. Or 100.
I'm going to assume with the auspex and heightened sentences, I get a plus 50 to my awareness.
Get a plus 20 to your awareness, right? For the aspects?
Oh, you're saying 40 earlier. That might have been something else. So it's now it's plus 10. So then plus 20 with my bonus.
Right, so the aspects would give you a plus 20, and then your heightened senses would give you a plus 10.
Okay, so total of 30. And we're out of combat round, so I can roll.
Yeah.
For now, at least. Finally. Not very good success, but at least a success. I finally got this thing figured out.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, you do get a reading. It's mostly due to the fact that there is a difference in the temperature. There is just a extreme cold section over by one of the cairns to the north.
He'll give a heading, and I'm assuming there's a way that he can give the heading to the forward gunner who can aim accurately.
I love what I'm thinking is going to be true. Such ray gun, you get hit by a high impact shell.
Bold of you to assume you have high impact shells.
Bold of me to assume anything. I mean, technically,
do
if
have
that
a
was
storm
true,
filter.
aren't you in the middle of a fire zone over here? I know, can't share what you got whispered.
You guys do know that the cold front is moving. The issue is you don't see anything as you trace it.
Oh, it's moving. Okay.
Yeah,
It's
as
heading
it is
south through
updating
the fires.
I mean, isn't
the
everything...
headings, so
Yeah, isn't all the ground coated in liquid that's on fire?
It is. Everything is on fire, but that doesn't mean like you're walking through like a campfire or like a forge. Just everything that can be caught on fire is on fire, but it's not actually an area of denial weapon. Sadly, that would be pretty sick though.
I thought that's what it was. I thought it was a fire that sticks to everything and burns it. I thought that was why it was such a horrible weapon.
Yeah, you can still like napalm isn't 100% coating everything.
Oh, see,
It
that's
adheres to things and begins to
yeah,
burn, but it
that's what I'm
has to actually
saying.
be able to burn.
That's what
So,
I thought
like,
my
what's
misconception
effectively
was,
a
is that
dirt-
if you walked
what's
on it, it
effectively
would
a
catch
dirt
to your
field.
feet.
No. I mean, it can, depending on if it has caught something to continue feeding off of. Like a human body.
Yeah. I mean,
Basically, it
yeah.
can.
quite obviously, I have no real world
Fantastic.
experience with napalm. That would be weird.
Like, for example, if you were gonna run through this section over here, that would be bad. Because there's a whole bunch of burning trees and branches that are covered in it. Mostly everything
I
here is
just
covered in dirt.
I just pictured that Vietnam movie, We Were Soldiers, where they're just dropping the napalm everywhere.
It's a horrible mental picture, and you should feel like a bad person. But yeah, that's exactly right. All right, so what are you all doing?
Let's see, we've lost our sergeant. The radio tower's non-comm, right?
All right, so we know the cold front is moving in from the north. Is it moving towards or away from us?
It is moving not towards you. It seems to moving back towards the main house.
And the
Oh, okay,
house-
so over back this way. Um,
And the house is not on fire or even touched by anything that's happened so far.
Correct.
well, I think there's only one thing for us to do. We gotta go back in the farmhouse.
With the tank or without the tank?
I don't think it'll fit through the door
I mean, it'll make a door.
unless they got a garage.
It will make a door.
well, consider this your first stint in remodeling.
You guys never checked upstairs, did you?
It was hiding upstairs.
All right. I guess I say we go in the house, go upstairs. Oh fuck, he's right there.
Bigby is updating its coordinates as we speak, so you could get on the turret.
Come in.
fire.
Come in. The tree's alive. It's alive. Ah! Help me.
Oh, that's you saying
Yes. Suddenly over the radio comes Raygun's voice.
the tree's alive. Okay.
The tree's alive.
I mean, yeah, it's a plant.
All right, I guess everybody on me. And then I'll open the back door.
Oh, we're all dead.
It's standing right there.
Oh, is it still standing right here, or is that
Yeah,
just?
no.
You've killed
Yeah,
us
I
all,
didn't think
George.
so.
Left it there.
Killed us all. We
And
all,
immediately you're stabbed.
we all take blades to the neck. It's like the front lines all over
So
again.
we don't need it.
All right, I guess George going in alone.
Well, yeah, you must
All right.
open the.
The gunner will move to the now unmanned gun.
Fantastic. All right, so you guys are moving. Sergeant Varro. Effectively, they're going to get 2 turns to do things, and then I'm going to make you redo all of your rolls.
Okay.
So, George, where are you going?
He said the tree, so I guess I'm gonna move towards the tree.
Okay, go for it. Now you are sort
Um,
of getting in the same area of the cold spot that the monster was basically creating.
Okay, I guess I'm
You-
gonna
you
get
can
right
actually-
here.
You can actually see as it travels, there's actually spots of the fire that are extinguished.
I'm gonna try to throw another flashbang at the tree. See if that'll
All right, so
help me out before I
first
run in.
action was a move. Your second action was the flash grenade. Do your throw.
Quick question: what's your throwing range? What's your strength?
Probably not that
Bonus.
far.
Is it 3 or 4?
My strength is 4.
All right, you can throw it further than its blast radius.
Well, I think the
It is
range
blast
is
10, by the way. So,
So
if you
remember-
had 3, it's 3 times 3, so it would be 9. So you'd be in it. But you have
Right,
4,
yeah.
so you can throw it outside of the blast range.
Also, I believe you can try and throw to extreme range. It's just a penalty, so the scatter is going to be higher.
Hope it
Yeah,
doesn't scatter back towards you.
yeah,
Yeah.
so like this
That is
little
useful.
area here, and then like 10 meters out.
Chuck that nade.
all right. So should it be just standard range, right? Okay.
So yeah, just like this entire quadrant, really.
Ah!
He goes somewhere. Now's the time for the targeting reticle, I think.
Yeah, let me go get it.
I guess,
Meanwhile,
like,
I believe I have the scatter rules already dropped into our handy dandy handout.
yeah, if
And
we
this is
assume
the-
this is the center of it here, I'll just use the arrow.
That's the 3 meter. That's what a normal person would use. But y'all not normal.
Yeah, it's 10, 10 meter blast radius. Gosh, you blind yourself anyway. This is why I wanted the grenade launcher, specifically to avoid this problem.
It is super effective.
Funny enough,
Mhm.
you know what else would help this?
Alrighty
A mechanical
then.
arm.
So, where did you toss this?
Towards the tree.
Yeah, I think
And you
12
got-
meters will put it like the bush.
So my range says 9. That's what I put my range at. So
Oh,
But you
well, I
tried to
mean,
throw it
it's 4
further.
times 3, so it's 12.
yeah. Okay.
You can try and throw further than your actual range. I think, like most things, you can do like extreme range. I think the maximum is like
Yeah. That's still a
Double.
beautiful placement and exactly where you would want it, honestly.
oh yeah. But I believe this is.
But now we have the
D10
the
meters
rolls to
of
see where it
scatter.
goes.
Failed. Oh, it's only 1 meter,
Oh,
so
no.
it doesn't matter. You are just outside the blast radius. It doesn't really matter where it goes, and it
Oof.
detonates. And what does this require?
It must make a ordinary agility test to be blinded for a number of rounds equal to a degree of failure.
I'm sure this would affect it, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Its agility is just so high. And he gets multiple dodges.
Yeah, but I'm hoping to at least try to distract it since I'm going in to save you by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alrighty then. So you've chucked the grenades. Ray gun. Roll me the. Well, you don't need the awareness anymore.
Yeah, so it's toughness and then strength.
That's correct.
So toughness. Oh, still
Nice.
good. Strength. Well, I'm not going anywhere fast.
No, you are gradually being wrapped up.
It's tying me up. I can't get out.
You are rolling so well in these toughness tests.
It's very uncomfortable.
No, don't squeeze me there.
So the safe word is more.
I don't consent. I don't consent.
All right, Jort, it's your turn, buddy.
All right, my turn again. Okay, so I guess now I'm going to.
I guess Alexander, what are you doing out there anyway?
Probably command my servitor to close the back of the hatch and then turn the tank 180 degrees.
Let's see. My half move is 2 inches or meters. Yes. I guess I move forward and then I half action aim, get ready to unload on whatever comes out.
Ray gun,
Okay.
toughness, strength.
Yeah. If the vehicle turns around, the gunner will just overwatch in this direction. Let's go toughness.
Nice.
It's still doing good.
As these roots are attempting to make their way in there, you're just grabbing it and like breaking it. You're beating it with your rifle. You're just slapping at it, but you cannot break free.
Just
Yeah,
argument for ray gun's sake, I did cut these roots up a lot, like for an hour's worth.
Yeah, if I escape, I have a free way out. I just have to get out of its grasp.
Okay, I didn't know if that was any help to you.
Yeah, I guess given awareness, I can definitely see if I do escape, there's probably a way out, right?
If you would like to roll an awareness.
Sure. Boop-a-doo. Let's just do that to clarify. Nope. Yeah, I can't tell.
Okay, Jort, what are you doing?
Are you still like screaming into the mic?
Ah, yes.
All right, fuck. I guess I'm just gonna shoot at the tree.
Okay, you open fire on the tree. I'm not even gonna have you roll the attack. Just roll damage.
All right.
It's real. It's real.
So do
We
you use
don't have
full auto or
it,
fuller auto?
Oh yeah, no, I only use full auto. So.
Okay.
Well, I guess in that case, roll so we know how many times you hit.
Oh okay.
Yeah, and I guess anything that's not positive
Yeah,
is just one.
Yeah, just add a 20 to your attack roll just because it's a big fucking tree.
Also mostly hollow, so would we see like the bullets flying through it?
Nice. Roll me 5 more attacks.
All right.
As you use the full fire rate of your heavy bolter and put 6 rounds directly into this tree, the small micro explosives in the tip of the bolter are just blowing chunks out of the tree until eventually you just hear it crack and fall over. One of the only weapons that could do this.
All right, I think that was 6, right? 1, 2. Yeah.
All right. And now I guess the real question is, does that allow Raygun to escape?
Not even a little bit, no.
Not even a little bit.
As a matter
I
of fact,
punched the hole through the tree.
what are you communicating this to anyone?
I still can't get out. Ah, yeah, I'm still just screaming.
Are you aware of them trying to shoot the tree down? Did Tabor let you know?
No, I probably wouldn't have said anything. I would have just started shooting.
You're just
Alright.
screaming back. It's like, oh gosh, they're all dying.
Meanwhile, Bigsby and Alexander, roll me awareness tests. I'm going to give you a plus 20 because you now know to look for that cold spot.
Still could be an impossibility. For me, anyway.
20-point bonus to the roll.
Yeah, no, I know.
Bigsby, don't forget to add your bonus to the... Yes! Bigby, you are tracing this cold spot. It seemed to have curved around like it was going towards the farmhouse and is now creeping back up towards Private Tabor, which isn't his actual... What's his...
Jort.
Jort. Private Jort.
He's gonna call out.
Well, you know in your head that for some reason you're not able to see this thing until it begins to attack. So you could warn Jort, or you could use Jort as bait.
As was Raygun's original plan.
Well, would I be able to fire on him when he appears?
Yeah, if you would like to do an Overwatch, which I guess technically is Overwatch a full action.
Yes, it is.
I mean, technically,
So-
you can fire on Jort right now.
But you have your assistant here to give you full aim, even if you use a full action. So it's all
So-
good.
You could do an Overwatch. You would take 1d5 rending damage because it's a full action. But after that, you would be able to basically have your full aim from your partner, and you'd be able to do your called shot if you wanted.
All right, you gonna roll that d5 for me, or should I?
I want you to do it because I don't want to kill you.
You can say that.
I don't want to directly kill you. I'm more of an indirect murder.
There we
Yeah,
go.
me too.
All right, that takes me to -1 wounds. So I guess I just put my current to 0.
And then crit to 1, yeah.
Yep. So crit 1 rending. And this is, let's see, it is to the torso, I believe.
It was leg, wasn't it?
I guess it is. Yeah, we can say leg.
Usually-
'Cause this isn't from the chemical. This is from the leftover remnants of the blade. So
Yeah, I thought he got stabbed in the
Rending.
leg.
so, effectively, your muscles start to spasm as these pieces of shrapnel in your legs start to press into the wound. Your leg spasms and crumples, and you have to fold it underneath you in order to not screw up your shot. You suffer from 1 level of fatigue, so you're gonna have a -10 to all of your actions moving forward.
I'll put that under conditions, or is there a fatigue space?
You can just write it down as a condition. Just bear it in mind that you have 1 fatigue.
So Overwatch gives me full
So-
aim
Correct.
with my spotter. And
Well, Overwatch is just going to allow you to take your shot when the enemy approaches itself,
yeah.
or when the enemy arrives. I'm imagining the tech priest has cracked the doors open so you can shoot out.
Well,
Once you
actually, I've
explain that
turned
you're
the.
using
Remember, I've
Jordan's.
turned around 180 degrees.
Right, you've turned around 180 degrees. So now the back
front of
end
the-
of the Chimera is pointing towards where he needs to be.
Well,
But
no,
I
the
believe you
front
said
of the
that you-
tank. No, I have no control
Did you
over the
rotate it
tank.
again?
Yeah, I don't have any control of the tank. So whoever has control of it has
where
to.
are you pointing this?
I turned it so that the tank is facing forwards towards Jordan.
Oh, well,
Yes.
then you would not be able to take the shot. Sorry, buddy. Never
90
mind.
degrees.
All
No, I
so
said
I'll just,
180.
The turret can point wherever it wants.
I said 180 degrees.
get myself back to 1 wound and
Yep.
get rid of that fatigue.
Never mind. Jort's fucked.
Yeah. All I'm hearing is the
Well, I
tech
will
priest is
do
sabotaging the
already.
machine.
You could point it out to the gunner.
Oh, you know what though? I would say that technically the driver has a viewport. So if you want, you can cram yourself on top of the tech priest and shoot out of the viewport of the front gun port.
Come here, little boy. Sit on my lap.
I'll put that myself back to 0 wounds. 1
Also, you can't
fatigue.
accuse me of sabotaging the mission when you just fucking ran out into a firestorm.
All right, so you are back. You have a tech priest on there. So basically, I'm gonna add an additional penalty for just it being cramped, but you will be able to take the shot.
Wonderful.
All right, so just let me know when, and you're gonna have to help me figure out because there's
Yep,
some.
I'll tell you the modifiers. No worries. So another thing to keep in mind is that you have communicated that you're opening fire, and I would like Raygun to make an awareness check.
Okay, awareness.
You can do it, buddy. No, you
Minus
can't.
1.3.
You vaguely hear the sound of impacts somewhere above you.
At
You're
least I
sure-
keep making the toughness check.
That's right. So now roll. I guess technically we have one more turn. So The horde creature materializes once again.
Man, we got 2 Overwatches.
You have 1 Overwatch, correct? Or
Well-
is the tech priest also overwatching?
The gunner is Overwatching.
Yeah, his gunner is the one that's in the bolt thing.
Ooh,
Not a lot of
fun.
overwatching I can do without a weapon, and I'm sitting at the driving controls.
Yep. As this thing pops into melee range, it materializes, and all of a sudden now, is this the right thing? Yeah, okay. All of a sudden now, you can see it. You know for a fact as it just emerges out of the chemical fog that this wasn't here. It's not just that you didn't see it, that it physically was not present until the moment
Mhm.
before it struck. Roll your attack, Bigby.
All right,
Now,
and
this is going to be a called shot
yes, close shot.
because, yeah, so that's only -10. All right, so when you go into the attack roll, right? What I need you to do is go to full aim. It's at the bottom from the drop-down menu.
Yep.
Short range.
Standard attack, rate with fire.
So technically, actually, yeah, we'll call this a standard. It's just keep in mind that if you miss, you're going to shoot your buddy Jort. So we won't make this a called because that would be a full action.
Oh.
So standard. And then on top of all that, you're kind of cramped and you're fatigued. So that's -20. So just add -20 to the end of it. But is also not expecting you, so that would be a wash. So just a -10 overall.
All right. Here we go.
Oh, is he fatigued? Because
Yeah,
he
the
didn't do
rattling
the
is.
because he didn't do the original action
Oh,
before. Because remember we faced
Also
normally.
using that
Well, so
distracting
now in
shot,
order
so
for
you
him
can-
to crawl up and do all the other things, it would still be the same effect because he's
Okay.
doing more than a half action.
Got it.
So it's the same overall effect.
distracting shot from the spotter.
Yep.
Fun note,
That
being in the
is-
kill zone
Hooray!
means he makes a pinning test too. But that's a hit.
So, how would you like to describe how your distracting comrade distracts this creature to get it to dodge out of the way?
To be safe, he's gonna aim for the ground, like right about there, so it doesn't have a chance to go hit anything other than a possible accidental hit on the wraith there, the specter.
Sure. He takes a pot shot at the ground. It impacts, but the specter, feeling the impact of it against the ground, quickly steps to the side to clear itself out of the line of fire, putting it directly into your line of sight. You
Big B
pull the
corrects his
trigger.
aim with one breath and then holds it as he lets go and squeezes the trigger while he
And
exhales.
this is to the torso, so roll your damage. Remember, you have an additional 2.3, so be sure to add that to your damage.
It,
So
2,
that's
3,
6
so how
pen
many?
3. So then add another 1d10 because you have an additional 2 degrees of success. Roll high. There we go. So 15 pen 3. Hey, you did the same damage that he did to you.
Yeah, just keep turning back.
For the second time in a row.
All right, so 15 pen 3, which doesn't really matter because this guy doesn't even have armor. Let's see what kind of craziness you have dealt to this poor creature.
That was not dodging this time.
I
No.
can't dodge because of the sniper shot.
Ah,
Mhm.
got it.
Yeah, my spotter shot towards him and spooked him enough to make him waste his dodge.
Got it.
Alrighty then. So as he steps out of the way, you put a bullet dead center mass. So you have managed to hit him in the torso or the body, according to this thing. Impact damage 7. So, oh jeez. You watch as you just blow a hole straight through it, and you're pretty sure you see pieces of exposed rib shatter and fly out of the exit wound. And it just drops to the ground.
Then on calm. Thank you, Jort.
I'm just still screaming. "Ah!"
Alright, so let's do 1d5. That's how many ribs you've annihilated. And, oh, geez. 3 permanent toughness damage. As it drops. Ugh.
Oh God, help me! I assume the other Overwatch doesn't need to happen now. It's dead.
I mean, it dropped. You can always shoot the corpse. You don't know how filthy Xenos monsters work.
Sure, yeah, I'll go ahead and roll. Gunner is Gunner, and he's like, yeah, I see something, I'm shooting it.
Is the gunner in the heavy flamer again?
The heavy flamer's out of ammo. He's in the twin bolter.
Alright. Keep in mind, if he misses, he'll shoot Jort.
Okay.
Fair enough. Roll that attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll the last gun here. He doesn't get aim. This is short range.
He's in the heavy guns. He can use the storm bolter, but he wouldn't actually be able to use his las gun. There's no las gun firing port there.
Well, I mean, I'm clicking the button, so it's easier for me to get all the bonuses.
Oh, just a hit. Got it.
Yeah, so he's gonna do just a standard shot here because it's Overwatch, and there's no additional penalties, I believe.
You're firing into melee, so it actually is a -10, I believe.
-10. Boop. There we go.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Right.
And he's laying down, but you'd still hit. So roll your damage.
All right. Double the amount of hits inflicted on the target. So it's 2 hits. And 2d10, taking the best off of each of them and +5. So the first one is going to be 9 + 5. And the next one's going to be 9 + 5, penetrating 4.
Yeah.
So
you see this. You see this strange creature laying on the ground, just unmoving, just blood seeping out of its body. Jort's looking at it, sort of takes a step back, debates kicking it with his boot as he had done previously, and then you just see doof, 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 as these bolter rounds impact and then implode inside the corpse, just sort of like moving it around the ground, making sure that it's dead.
It's like a fish on dry land.
yeah, after 24 more damage, I think it might be fine now. As much damage as running it over.
All right. Would you guys like to go save your? Actually, now I need you to do those rolls again, Raygun.
Yeah, let's see if I'm still alive by the time to get there. Toughness. The first failed one, and here's the struggle, which is of course still a failure.
Yeah, as the roots start to finally find their way through the they find that old
Duct tape
cut
wound.
that had already happened, and it actually very gently sort of like peels the duct tape back as the roots start to seep in through, and you can actually feel them pushing their way into you.
Is there any damage right now that we need to take account of?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
You're going to take 1d5 plus 3 damage, and this will be subtracted by your toughness, but not your armor.
Okay.
So 5.
All right. My toughness is 3, so that's going to be 2 damage.
All right.
Which will put me to crit 5 now.
Crit 5
Oh, no.
to the torso rending.
How is it that me and Alexander barely get hurt, and then y'all just fucking almost die every session?
That's just how I do it, all right?
I think
That's just
you
how
want-
I play.
You're
you
incredibly
feel this-
lucky, and I just
You
try
feel
to
this
avoid it.
hot. Well, the tech priest tends to put you guys between it and danger, which is a very smart move.
Yeah.
But you feel just a torrent of blood spill out from the wound, and like between all of the leftover sort of like needles that were left in there and the root gradually burrowing its way into you.
Oh, gosh, I just got used to those needles.
You start to realize that you are just leaking blood out, and you're actually starting to sit. It's not leaking out of your suit, but you're starting to realize that it's starting to fill your boots. So now it's not just sweat, but also that. You would have to make an agility test or fall prone, but that's
I'm
not how it
already
goes.
tied up and on the ground, so yeah.
So roll 1d10, and that is how much toughness damage you suffer.
9. Ouch.
So
Yikes.
temporarily reduce your toughness score by 9.
Yeah, puts it to 31. Ouch. Wait, no, I'm sorry. 29.
I was like,
Oh,
well, how
what's
much
your
toughness do
regular
you
toughness?
have?
38.
Oh, you're so close.
I'm so close. I could
You
have
are
got the
also
same
now
bonus.
suffering from blood loss, so I'm gonna roll a d10 and you're gonna roll a d10 every turn to see if you die.
Oh boy, yeah, I love that rule.
What is the what's the death number?
We're gonna roll every time, and so
Mhm.
it's one option. You can either pick a number and then I roll it, and if I match it, you die, or I can roll and you can roll, and if we both roll the same number, you die. It's your
Mhm.
choice.
Oh, that is interesting.
Okay. So let's see if you guys can save Raygun as he's screaming for help.
I mean,
Well, I can only run 12 inches or 12 meters.
also none of us are traded Medicaid, and I don't think
Oh, and we left the fucking box closed.
I say also I don't think Jort carried anything with him. Though wait, to be
You got a
fair,
knife.
the entire field is on fire. Maybe he could do something with that to cauterize a wound.
Potentially, sure.
Maybe the pyromaniac in me has done something to help.
That is an option. Still have to get to poor Sergeant Raygun. He's unable to free himself.
15 meters.
And he could run
Yeah,
12.
I'll
Are we
say
doing
that
this
you're
round
able-
by round, or what are we gonna do?
I'm gonna say that you're able to sprint to it this turn, and as you
Oh,
get
okay.
there, you see all the roots that have been hacked away previously. You don't even have to throw open the door. You get down there, you click your light on, and you see underneath this cairn with all these roots coming down. You see this mummified corpse with roots going all through it. Speaking of which, roll me a willpower save.
Oh no.
Got Carol Ann's coming for you.
A short whirl and willpower. Come on, I believe in you.
Roll me 1d5. That's how much insanity you take. Is you can as you look, you can hear as the wind blows that same prayer to the grandfather, whispering through the trees.
Was
and
it a
just sort of
prayer to the
shakes you.
grandfather? It just was the word
Well, it's a
grandfather.
whisper, grandfather. Yeah.
Okay,
You-
so I
But as you
put
look
my
around,
insanity at 11 now.
nice. You do not see Sergeant Raygun.
Help me!
You're beginning to think there might be multiple cairns around that he could be in.
Oh, awesome.
Also,
Alright, I guess I come out.
speaking of, Raygun, roll me awareness.
Yeah, let's see if I make it this time.
I just can't wait for us to prove that we're not in Predator. We're in Predators, and
I
all these
finally
things
make an
shimmer around
awareness
us.
check.
You do because you're starting to hear the sounds of crackling, and you're smelling burnt wood.
Oh gosh, something's on fire.
Well, George just went, so
Um,
isn't it time for your roll off?
I guess the real question is, can someone else figure out where the other one is, where someone could have thrown me in easily?
I mean, I assumed you were over here.
I mean, that tree is on fire. There's also a tree right next to you that's on fire.
Well, also, the cold thing moved from over here downwards. So, if he had
That's
picked
true.
up ray gun and moved south. Hey, Jort, I think you need to move north.
What's Bigby doing?
I mean,
Would it be possible to use the Auspex to track for the sergeant?
Yeah,
I am
easily.
screaming loudly and emitting
You could-
radio waves.
You could easily do that. You're all on the same comm channel. You could probably just trace his earbud. So if you want to use a tech use to use the Auspex to do that, you may certainly do so.
All right.
You're getting a constant transmission.
Everything's hot and
I
cold
really
at the same
do that.
time.
You can either use awareness or you can have the tech priest use tech use.
Well, I actually have tech use checked.
Oh, nice.
I mean, I got plus 20 to tech use. But you're probably better at awareness, is my thing.
Okay, I can use the awareness.
Well, I mean, because you've got all those talents for awareness. So I think
As
you
they
got.
debate this, only 1d5. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Well, I just mean that he had a plus
You guys
30 to
hear
his
the
awareness. I
sergeant
have a plus
scream
20 on
coming over the
detectives.
earbuds while you're like, "No, you do it. No, you do it." And I was like, "I think you'd be better at it." Well,
2.2 awareness.
yeah, you can definitely tell that it is emanating from this burning tree. And at this point, the tree is very much on fire.
Well, you
Didn't
said
see
this,
a thing.
but you're on the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it
Sorry.
this one or this one?
It's that one.
That one.
Oh, the
There
one
we
I
go.
thought so far long ago.
Yep, it's the one that you thought it was.
Yeah. Huh.
Sadly, Jort's intelligence is not to the same level as the tech priest, who remains silent.
Yeah, and plus you guys just all stayed in the Chimera and decided to just watch. So
That's
I
the
mean, you're
funnier
saying it
part.
like I regret my choices.
All right, so top of the order. You have one turn each before I make the plant eat your sergeant more.
I guess
I
I
guess I just
will.
run my 12 inches.
I guess I'll drive the tank 15 meters or 15 feet, whatever the measure is on this thing, in that direction.
All right, sure. You do so.
I have no control over the tank.
Somebody make an arrow that says 15 meters on it.
Well, I mean, ray gun still has control over the tank, doesn't he? So can he move the tank?
There we go.
There we go.
Yep, just makes it easier.
You guys are just driving it backwards. You're like, this is close enough.
Oh, the tank disassembled itself and then reassembled itself.
Yeah, that's how we do it. That's how things move, right?
Yeah, I just take it apart, shift it over, put it back together.
Okay.
Yeah,
again.
it's also how
Reassemble.
gravity works. You go in one direction and then you drop suddenly at the end.
All right, science. All right, so the Rattling can only take a half action. Was the Rattling going to try and hop out and move like 3 meters at a time to try and save the sergeant?
The gunner could.
Yeah, that's true. The gunner could do it.
Yeah, I think he's the only one left in the vehicle. Wait, your companion also could, Big B.
My companion's in there
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, so we got 3 companions who could just shuffle out of here.
yeah, get their knives out and start cutting brambles and whatnots.
Sure. Yeah, as soon as you get out, you realize that most of the vines that would normally have obfuscated the entrance to this place are just completely burned away, since thanks to the death blossom of fire and pain. So your comrades are able to pull it open and look inside, and we're gonna have both of them roll willpower. So just you guys roll willpower for your comrades.
Mine hates this.
Yeah, not
Same
they,
here.
they look at this and like Sergeant Raygun, you sort of look over at them, and there's just blood like sort of bubbling out of this hole as vines are starting to creep inside your body. And as you reach out for them for help, they're like, "Oh, fuck this," and they just get the fuck. They're
Yeah,
like,
Comrade
they're like-
just goes like, I didn't sign up for this hentai, and he gets out of there.
yeah, there's just like sign of the Aquila, deuces.
Oh, you didn't roll yours yet, Jort.
Can still try and run.
Oh, sorry, my internet was dying when you guys said that.
Jort, what is your sprint move? Did you sprint over there?
Just 12. Yeah.
But sprint would double your moves. What's that?
So then I guess 24, because my run is 12 meters.
All right, so you can sprint 24. So you can sprint there, and next turn you can get involved.
All right. Okay.
There
Yeah,
you
all
go.
the comrades have wimped out.
So as the comrades are like, no, the fire's too severe. Nothing could survive that. They all back away.
Oh gosh, I'm still alive. I did survive that. Ah.
All right, roll me a toughness check.
All
Mr.
right,
Raycon.
toughness.
Sergeant Raygun, you were succeeding all of them previously.
Ah!
All right, pick
Should
a
I
number
roll the
1 to
strength
1 to
one?
10.
Oh right, I'm still bleeding out. Give me a 5.
Oh.
So close.
Close.
Try and roll the strength.
That's one of those lean-in moments. Is that a 5 or a 6?
Right. All right. So you are not dead. There you go.
And I break.
You grab one of these roots and you just rip it out of your body, and you start to slump down, and you're almost out, but you've failed how many times so far?
I fell like 3 times in a row so far.
Yeah, you're gonna need one more successful strength check in order to get out of here, buddy.
Yeah. Literally up to George. Gerard, save me! Reached my hand out.
George, roll
Let me
willpower.
give you trauma.
Yeah, I pull out 2 of my 3 entrenching tools here.
Nice.
No, pull out all 3. Put the third one in your mouth.
Zoro for One Piece.
Nice. George looks at this unabashed heresy and says, "No. For the entrenching tool is with me." And he just starts hacking at all these roots, digging you out, dual wielding. It's E-tools akimbo as he goes in there and just starts hacking away at all these. Roll me a strength check twice.
All right.
You basically do it with advantage, but I don't know if there's an advantage. So roll it again. And as he's doing this, he hooks you. He uses the E-tool, slides it between your assault webbing, and just yanks you out the rest of the way as this giant tree, this skeletal remains of this tree, which you can already see, even though it's on fire, you can see buds, almost as if the tree itself is starting to come back to life before it all cracks. And you can actually see the heat causing the trunk of it to explode somewhat and split up the middle, and you can see glowing embers on the inside as the entire tree immolates and begins to collapse as you pull everyone back inside the chimera.
Yay!
And that is where we're going to call it.
We did it.
Well done, everybody.
Hey, we actually survived.
Well, I wouldn't
Right.
cut your chicken so quickly there. Great gun, you are still bleeding out, and none of us are trained Medicaid.
That's
Well,
true.
you do have the advanced medical kit, so there's that.
Yeah. Someone gets to roll that.
So, what did you guys think?
I think that was entertaining. Much like Warhammer, if you're really good at avoiding getting hit, you can drag out a fight for a long while, even against someone who would be as good at fighting as you are.
Oh yeah.
So
There
it
are-
definitely gets to that point at the high level where there's a lot of people who are really good and they don't get hits on each other. They don't tag each other at all.
I will say that there are ways around that in this game, fortunately.
Yeah,
But,
the way it would be around in Warhammer would be you counterattack so that somebody hits somebody.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because you have the option to parry, where if you have a shield, you deflect it or you dodge, like in this system. So if, say, we had the ogre in here and he had his club out and he got ambushed, he'd just be like, I'm just gonna hit it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that hit, but I'm gonna hit you harder.
I think it's whoever rolls higher wins, so as
Oh,
long as he hit better.
Fair enough. So you have officially slain a creature known as a mandrake. If you wanted to look up what that is.
Ooh. I think this whole time we've been joking it's Drukari.
That was me.
Not far off.
I have no idea
But,
what those
Very,
are.
very similar in theme, I think.
But well done. You have taken out an elite enemy. So congratulations. And I'm
Hooray.
sure that is all that you have to worry about. So
Definitely
you need
nothing
now,
else.
all you need to do now is finish gathering some fucking books and just get out of here. Problem solved. Sadly,
Well,
you could have reported your progress to the Inquisitor. Let him know that the area has been secured, but someone incinerated your cell tower.
the
Right, we
tech
can't
piece I was
radio back
scared
at
to
this
bump
point.
into it burned it
Gosh, the last things it heard was like, oh my god, what is that? It's on top! It's got the commander!
I mean, you might deride me for my decisions, but I regret nothing.
No, that was actually a really clever call. I mean, rules as written, it probably wouldn't have worked because you'd need a separate attack for every time you turned. But it's a fucking flaming death blossom. How am I going to let that not happen? Come on.
Oh gosh, yeah. Wasting all of your time and all of your ammo for a really completely 1 in a million stunt. This is the only situation where it would apply or be useful. Yeah, go ahead.
Although I thought it was going to be so funny because there was only going to be so long before that tree just collapsed on fire onto
Mhm.
Sergeant Raygun. And that was
Oh
literally-
gosh, that would have been hilarious too.
Well, I mean-
I was also thinking at the time, it's like, wait, I'm being carried by this guy. Am I not going to get caught on fire? That'd be funny.
Well, my thing was
But he avoided it for me.
I pointed onto
by
the
him not
map,
catching on
and that's
fire.
the tree I thought it was at. And then Jort ran for the other tree. I'm like, well, fuck, I must be wrong. It must be over there. So I turned the tank
all
around.
the sergeant,
It's
all
like,
the sergeant said, all the sergeant said was, "I'm in the tree." And George's
Yeah,
like,
and
I see that
to-
tree.
Yeah.
George
That's the
knows
tree
that
I
that
was
was the
at.
last tree that we were in. So.
We had no reason to assume there was another one.
well, again, we saw the thing move from that tree go down. So it was like, okay, he's there. I was like,
I'm glad that you noticed that. So, because otherwise, I would have been like, "Did I not mention that these were trees?" I'm pretty sure I described these being
well, no,
tall,
actually,
skeletal trees.
I didn't think it was a tree, but I thought that's where it was because you pointed out that the thing was
Oh.
moving from there. And the moment I don't remember what, but then Jort went that way, and I was like, well, Jort must be right. So that's why I turned the
And Jort
tank
was
around
not-
to head
Jort
that
was not
direction.
right. That's why when he was like, "I'm gonna shoot the tree," I'm like, "Yeah, go for it if you'd like to." Although hilariously, if he had the right tree and decided to shoot that tree, it would have just collapsed on you immediately.
Well, you see, when Jort opened fire on the tree, and you're like, ray gun, you don't detect anything. I'm like, oh great, ray guns in an alternate dimension or something. I was so convinced Jort was right that when Jort's bullets ripped through this tree, I'm like, well, ray gun just trapped in whatever thing that the creature was phasing in and out of.
Yep, that's what it is. Also, excellent work, Sniper, for making this creature not alive anymore.
Sniper build, very cool, gotta say.
Oh yeah.
I am glad I made that pick. This is the second sniper I've played with most of this group.
Yeah, if you didn't pick it, I probably would have.
I guess you'll be getting that bionic leg before I do.
Yep, it's good. It's just you are so lucky that you maxed out wounds, because I've gone the
Yeah.
opposite route with the
Yeah.
rattling, and it's like, what happened? Oh, the enemy sneezed. Oh, that's not so bad. I'm in 30 pieces. Like, oh, that is
so
So I guess question here is experience right now or at a later point?
at the completion of the mission, my friend.
Gotcha then. So we'll find out next time.
Oh, and now that I think about it, we had the food that I wrote in my notes where it's
Yeah.
talking about 1d10 fate points.
Oh
But that's if
gosh.
you burn. That's if you burn a fate point. You can. Oh no, that is if you use it. You can just roll 1d10. Correct.
I just wrote down 1d10 fate. I figured
Yeah,
somebody
sure.
would have remembered.
As a matter of fact, if you've used fate, roll me 1d10. If you get a 10, you have it back.
That's
for the next
from
session.
Private York, right?
Ah,
Yep, it's Private Yerk.
Nope, don't get it back.
It was a good try.
I guess as George is dragging me out, I pull out like the cookbook and it's like, George, I found you new recipes.
and it's like all burned and covered with blood and shit.
Yeah, it's just doused in blood.
I mean, the only thing you say is, it's a cookbook. It's a cookbook.
All right, I will. I'll talk to you guys later. It was fun. I gotta be up in like 6 hours for work. But you all stay classy. Well
All right.
done.
Thanks
And,
for running. Thanks everyone here for playing, and we'll catch you all next time. See ya.
See ya.